Hello, class, and welcome to my strategy shared number 1. My agenda today is quite simple. I'm going to go over an introduction to Think, Pair, Share, one of my favorite educational tools to use. I'll talk about how to use it in the classroom. I'll go over some advanced techniques. I'll go over some technology to use with Think, Pair, Share, and then I'll give you some sources for further reading and the sources I used in this PowerPoint, followed by my contact information and email. So basically, Think, Pair, Share, it's a cooperative learning strategy. Students learn to work together and they solve a problem or they answer a question or questions about reading or an assignment. To go a little bit more in depth here, it's obviously Think, Pair, and Share, right? But basically, the educator or facilitator, they ask a specific question or questions about the text or subject. Students then think about what they know or have learned about the topic. Sometimes it's good to use a timer on the smartboard for 1 or 2 minutes. You can even use a graphic organizer, a journal, or students actually write down their reflections. And then you pair the students. Once again, you can use a timer with this, anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes, depending on your class and their ability. And then basically, they talk together about their answers. And then they share their thoughts and reflections with the partners. And then the facilitator expands the share into a whole class discussion. And if you want to learn more about this concept, you can go to Reading Rockets and learn about it as well. Another thing you can do for more of a middle school class, even high school a little bit, you can assign roles for Think, Pair, Share. Sometimes it helps to assign them, or sometimes it can be random. You put these roles in the hat and have the students draw them out. You could have a note taker or a person that fills out the graphic organizer. You could have a presenter, the one that presents what the group came up with for the answers. You can have a timekeeper. And sometimes I like to add in art, right? Where they don't just talk about their answer, they actually draw the answer and they can present their artwork along with the kind of oral presentation of what they decided. So I love doing group work, and I love when each student has an active role within that group. So this is just an example of how I used to use this in my previous history classes. I would pose the answer, why do you think we should study history? And what do you like or don't like about studying history? Um, each student would think about it, and then I'd pair them up. They would discuss, and they would share their answers, and I would write those on the smartboard and have a section for each. And then I'd watch a video, and it's on there if you want to watch it, called Why Study History. I'd go through a PowerPoint called Why Study History, and the students would do graphic organizer. And then I would repeat the same think, pair, share. Think, why do you think we should study history? What do you like about it? And see if their answers or perspectives have changed. So here is an advanced way to do think, pair, share. I like to call it the advanced circle chat. Basically, you divide the class into 2 circles. I'm just going to use 10 students just to make the math easy, but you break the team into 5 and 5. Team A, the first 5, they are in the inner circle and they face outwards, and then Team B is the second 5, and they face the inner circle. So basically, all the students are facing each other. First option is the teacher asks a question or has questions on the board, and students have 2 minutes to discuss. Or students can have questions pre-made based on stuff they read or learned in class and want to discuss. Students then discuss the question for 2 minutes. The timer goes off, and then the outer circles move 1 step to the left, and then everybody gets the new partner. And you can repeat this till the full circle goes around or for a fixed amount of time. And I like to end this with a debriefing. Everybody debriefs what they learned and discussed. Just real quickly, I did want to point out that I do love Think, Pair, Share for ELL, ESOL students. And basically, it's because they're not put on the spot. They actually have time to take in the question, think about it, and translate from their native tongue into English tongue and vice versa, right? So that 2-minute time or 5-minute, whatever you give them, actually helps them do that, right? And they're also not forced to share with the class. They're sharing with their peers. So it's giving them a chance to practice English language with their peers. And at the end, as they share with the whole class, they can share as individuals or as groups. So if they're not quite ready to share with the class, they're sharing as a group. So it takes a lot of the pressure off, and I absolutely love it. So I am a technology teacher, so I'm always going to try to throw in technology or utilize it. But basically, if you have a class and they're not quite ready to socialize, or you have students who are shy or have social anxiety, you still can do Think, Pair, Share. Head over to answergarden.com and then click on Create New Answer Garden. The link is there if you want to click on it. And for example, I put, how will you use Think, Pair, Share in your classroom? And if you click on that link, you can actually post an answer. So you could do this on the smartboard and students could see their answers in live, right? So they're still doing the think, the pair, and the sharing, however they're sharing on an online platform. Basically, I just went ahead and wanted to show you how an example of this looks. It says how will you use Think, Pair, Share in your classroom, and a couple of the answers are there. Check for understanding, voting, classroom assessments, brainstorming, feedback, and collaboration. As students write these, they would show up on the board. And if you want further reading on these strategies, Answer Garden is right there. I love to use that. Reading Rockets, which is great for literacy and reading, has some great information on using Think, Pair, Share. Robertson K has a lot of stuff on ESOL and ELL students. And the bottom two there are more academic, but they're showing how Think, Pair, Share can increase student engagement, therefore increasing student academic gains. And lastly, if you have any questions about this PowerPoint, anything I talked about, please email me. My email's below. If you get, and if you really want to, you can click my 2 answer gardens to tell me about my class or how I can improve it in the future. Thank you so much.